Hi class. I had several questions from the closure packet about problem 139. So I wanted to go through, I've just pulled up the ebook. I'm going to do a markup tool right on the ebook. I'm going to go through and solve A and B. A is a proportion if you look at it, or you could think of it as clearing fractions either way. But when you do this, I personally would approach this from cross multiplying. So I would include those. And then it's just like when we have like A over B equals C over D, and you cross multiply so you get A times D equals B times C. I'm going to do that same thing with this. So I'm going to multiply 5 times x plus 3 equals, and then I'm going to multiply the 2 over here, 2 times x minus 1, and then I have to use my distributive property. So I get 5x plus 15 equals, and again, the distributive property, 2x minus 2. You know, I like to solve with my x's first, so I subtract 2x from both sides. And I get 3x plus 15 equals negative 2. Subtract 15 from both sides. I get 3x equals negative 17, and divide both sides by 3. And because of the nature of how this looks, I would just leave it as negative 17 thirds. But if you really wanted to, you could also say negative 5 and, let's see, that would be 15, 5 and 2/3 if you wanted to call it that. But this is perfectly acceptable in terms of an answer. So that's 139A. 139B over here is a system, and it is set up to solve with equal values. Now I know that on the packet, I think the plus 3 got left off. But if you were looking at it in closure, and the solving process would be the same, then I would take this and I would look at this as taking that piece and setting it equal to that piece, because they both represent the same value. They both represent y. So I'm going to say that 1/2 x plus 3 equals 1/3 x minus 4. And then I'm going to go through, I think it would be best to clear fractions. And to do that, we'd have to multiply by 6 all the way through. So when I go through and I multiply by 6, I'm going to multiply here by 6, and here by 6, and here by 6, and here by 6. So that becomes, the 2 goes into 6 3 times, so I get 3x plus 18 equals, and then this 3 goes into 6 twice, 2x minus 24. So I go through here, I get x plus 18 equals negative 24, subtract 18 from both sides, and I get x equals negative 42. And for each of those, let's see, it says solve each equation or systems of equations. So all I've done at this point is found x. So now I need to find y. And in this case, I'm just going to use that top equation. So I'm going to say y equals 1/2 times negative 42 plus 3. So I get negative 21 plus 3, which is negative 18. So I get y equals negative 18, x equals negative 42. And there you go. So those are your two ways of solving. Again, this problem was a proportion, so you can cross multiply and then solve for x. Over here you have to find both x and y. I'm going to double check that I have the right answer. I believe I do. But you can check that in the closure that is in the book, in your ebook, and double check that that's right. If it's wrong, then I'll go back and fix it. So there you go.